In our last video, we were about to enter Wind Cave National Park. It was near 4 p.m. and the weather was looking rather ominous. We drove directly to our campsite to check things out. Before we had even gotten there, it started to rain. Very heavy rain. Admit, the main thing we both dislike about the van-sized RV is that when we get stuck inside on rainy days, we can only watch so many movies and read so many books. But today, we still had time to go check out the visitor center. It's time to do a little research on this park. I used the National Parks app on my phone and get more information. Wind Cave has been protected since 1903 when it became our 7th oldest national park. Regarded as sacred by the American Indians, the cave was not found by settlers until 1881 when two brothers, Jess and Tom Bingham, heard a loud whistling noise. It was left to later adventurers like Alvin McDonald to follow that wind and discover the cave's extensive network of passageways. Throw the youngest one into the cave. Lots of pictures of him. On January 9th, 1903, President Theodore Roosevelt signed legislation making Wind Cave a national park. The Civilian Conservation Corps established a camp here during the Great Depression of the 1930s to make improvements to the park. Check it out. There's the Oregon caves. Test your knowledge. What is the longest cave system in the world? Mammoth in Kentucky. What is the second longest? Dakota. Jewel Cave. They didn't have the Shasta caverns. What's the difference between a cave and a cavern? No thanks. I lived a summer in a teepee. That was enough. We would have loved to go on a ranger-led tour of the cave. However, traveling with a dog made that too difficult. I was not worried about leaving him in a hot vehicle. Because of the rain, the temperatures were very cool. However, he does bark at other cars, people, and wildlife. In my opinion, he would have presented a nuisance in the park, so we decided not to leave him for any extended amount of time. The next morning started off with no rain. After learning so much about the cave in the park, it was time to explore what was above ground in the Black Hills. campground, there was a fence around it with a cattle guard along the roadway in order to keep the wildlife out? It didn't take long and we spotted our first herd of bison. He is giving us the stink eye. Hi, Buffalo. I'm not getting out. Don't worry. I don't pet the hairy cows. He is giving us the eye. The next wildlife we found were the prairie dogs. I know that people have mixed feelings about these little creatures, but I found them very entertaining. We continued to drive along Highway 87. Unfortunately, we didn't see any other wildlife. However, the drive was very pretty. We came to Beaver Creek Bridge, one of two bridges in the park. The bridge was built in 1929. It is 225 feet long and sits 115 feet above the canyon floor. The second bridge is the Pigtail Bridge. This bridge was built in 1930 and is classified as a spiral bridge, meaning that it loops over its own road. Both bridges are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. We neared the boundary of the national park along Highway 87 and decided we had gone far enough. We stopped at a pullout and thought to wait out the rain. Well, I thought to wait out the rain. Wad saw it as a great opportunity to put on his poncho, get out the telescoping window washer and give Waldo a bath. Well, there was plenty of rain to do a fairly good job. With this kind of rain coming down, you really hope you've done a good job sealing everything on the roof. We took a drive through the campground just to check it out. It rained heavy through the night, but by morning the skies had cleared.